Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking time out of y'all's busy schedule to stop in and see what it is I'm up to. Hurricane Dorian update. As of 11 o'clock Tuesday, September 3rd, 2019. The hurricane is basically falling apart. It's no longer a Category 3, it's down to a Category 2. And it's projected to be fairly well offshore. So we're going to get mainly tropical storm type rain and some wind. So a big sigh of relief. That doesn't mean, I'm going to sit back and not worry about it, because it could intensify. And even the tropical winds can cause damage. So, I mean, it's not going to be devastating, but it still could be something to be concerned about. So, people get upset because they start hyping these storms when they're so far out. And even up through yesterday, they were saying, it's going to be devastating. This Category 3 is going to come up the coast, and everybody's going to be underwater, and evacuate. Well, that's kind of what they have to do, because they really don't know. Anything can change the path of the storm, the intensity of the storm. We really don't know. Even the timeline, the fact that it stayed over Freeport in the Bahamas for 72 hours. I mean, I can't imagine staying in the middle of a Category 3 hurricane for 3 days. Oh my goodness. I can imagine that area is pretty well wrecked at this point. But my son decided he was going to go to work today, and last night he sent messages out to all of his people, and most of them are no longer in the area. They took the warnings yesterday, loaded up their families, and beat feet. They evacuated. So they're in Atlanta and places like that. So they didn't come to work today. They may not come to work tomorrow. Although tomorrow we're still supposed to get some, pretty heavy rain. So we're probably not going to be doing a whole lot of painting in the rain. But my son's a painting contractor. People go out and spend all this money on supplies. I bought 24 of my 1 liter bottles, when I normally only buy 4 to 6 at a time. I didn't go crazy on hurricane snacks and other foods. I'm fairly well stocked. I mean, that's one thing about being in Florida. I've always got food reserves, because even though it's not a hurricane, we get tropical storms coming through and weather and power outages all the time. So I've pretty much always got a supply of food that will get me through a week to 10 days, maybe even a little bit longer. I've always got alternative cooking methods. One of the few things I don't always have on hand is fresh drinking water. I have bottles of ice saved up, usually several 2 liters or whatever. Right now, I think I have, because because I'm just doing the move. I've got 20 liters in 1 liter bottles. I got 20 liters of water in the of ice in the freezer, or of water bottles in the freezer. So, and that serves two purposes. That helps keep the freezer cold and anything in it. Or if you need, you need drinking water or whatever, you pull one out and let it melt, and you're good, good for a while. So, but people go out and spend big money on hurricane supplies and whatnot, and then you get a fizzle like this, and you're kind of like, you get exasperated about it. But and it happens every storm, and people get concerned and get mad and get over it. But I think my daughter, I said something the other day on Facebook about having to go out and top up the tank on the Brett buggy, because I kept going out to replenish my supplies for the hurricane because it's taking so long. This thing was supposed to hit us on Sunday, and here it is Tuesday, and we're expecting it tomorrow afternoon now. So my daughter said, yes, it took $45 to top the tank up in her truck, and she spent $135 on hurricane snacks. Anyway, yeah, the hurricane is it's like I said, we still need to worry about it. Still need to keep an eye on it. It's not over. But a good sigh of relief. More than likely by tomorrow, it'll have diminished even more, and it'll be a small Category 2, if not a Category 1. So every update makes it a little smaller, makes the effect that we're going to have a little less. But, that's all right. I have other chores I can run around and get done, and that's basically what I am doing. So I'm actually a little surprised that there is so much traffic out here today. But I guess everybody's thinking the same thing. So, anyway. Let me know what you think, folks. Give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around on your social media, that'd be fandoculous. If you'd like to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, I'll have links in the description box, wherever that happens to be on your device of choice. I also put links to similar videos and like the rainstorms that we've had that I showed in the past, a couple of weeks. That's basically the type of rain we're going to be getting. I'll put a couple of links to that down below. And you also find my email, my snail mail, and yada yada yada. So, cancer is an insidious disease, people. It doesn't care if you're young or old, rich or poor, male or female. It's going to rock your world. It's going to rock the world of the people around you. Breast cancer, while it's most prevalent in women, can present in men. It can also show up in children. While it usually is in the breast, it can be in your lymph nodes, in your neck, or in your armpit, in your groin. It could feel like an itchy spot, or a thick leathery patch, or a little pinprick. And there's so many different symptoms. Basically, if something doesn't feel right, and you know your body, you know what feels right and what doesn't. If it just feels unusual, and it's there for a couple of days, go talk to your doctor. Let them make that decision. So, if your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Hit them up on Facebook. Let them know you think about it. Let them know you love them. We ain't promised tomorrow, people. We ain't promised our next breath. So I see y'all again. I hope you have a fandoculous day. Sláinte, y'all. Bye-bye.